We have gathered all the forces we can. The darkspawn horde is sure to reach the capital before us. So we must race to Denerim as quickly as we can. The lives of many thousands hang in the balance. We must not forsake them. You have gathered an army to replace the one lost at Ostagar, Grey Warden. Let us pray that it will be enough.
You're both here. Good. You're new to the Grey Wardens, and you may not have been told how an archdemon is slain. I need to know if that is so.
You mean there's more to it than just, say, chopping off its head?
So it is true. Duncan had not yet told you. I had simply assumed. Tell me, have you ever wondered why the Grey Wardens are needed to defeat the darkspawn?
I assume it has something to do with the taint in us.
That is exactly what it involves. The archdemon may be slain, as any other darkspawn, but should any other than a Grey Warden do the slaying, it will not be enough. The essence of the beast will pass through the taint to the nearest darkspawn and will be reborn anew in that body. The dragon is thus all but immortal. But if the archdemon is slain by a Grey Warden, its essence travels into the Grey Warden instead.
And what happens to the Grey Warden?
A darkspawn is an empty, soulless vessel, but a Grey Warden is not. The essence of the archdemon is destroyed, and so is the Grey Warden.
Meaning, the Grey Warden who kills the archdemon dies?
Yes. Without the archdemon, the Blight ends. It is the only way.
So, one of us three will die regardless.
In Blight's past, when the time came, the eldest of the Grey Wardens would decide which amongst them would take that final blow. If possible, the final blow should be mine to make. I am the eldest, and the taint will not spare me much longer. But if I fail, the deed falls on you. The Blight must be stopped now, or it will destroy all of Ferelden before the rest of the Grey Wardens can assemble. Remember that. But enough. There will be much to do tomorrow, and little enough time to rest before it. I will let you return to your rooms.
I guess this ends soon. One way or another.
That it does, my friend. That it does.
Do not be alarmed. It is only I.
Morrigan, are you alright?
I am well. 'Tis you who are in danger. I have a plan, you see. A way out? The loop in your hole? I know what happens when the archdemon dies. I know a Grey Warden must be sacrificed, and that sacrifice could be you. I have come to tell you that this does not need to be. I offer a way out for all the Grey Wardens, that there need be no sacrifice. A ritual, performed on the eve of battle, in the dark of night.
What kind of ritual are we talking about?
It is old magic, from a time before the Circle of Magi was created. Some might call it blood magic, but that is but a name. There is far more to fear in this world than names.
And how did you know this kind of magic?
From Flemeth, of course. I have known about it for some time.
Alright, what is this ritual of yours?
What I propose is this. Convince Alistair to lay with me, here tonight. And from this ritual, a child shall be conceived within me. The child will bear the taint, and when the archdemon is slain, its essence will seek the child like a beacon. At this early stage, the child can absorb that essence and not perish. The archdemon is still destroyed, with no Grey Warden dying in the process.
So, this child becomes a darkspawn?
Not at all. It will become something different. A child born with the soul of an old god. After this is done, you allow me to walk away, and you do not follow. Ever. The child will be mine to raise as I wish.
Just to get this straight, you want to fuck my husband to make some old god?
Allow me to say that what I seek is the essence of the old god that once was, and not the dark forces that corrupted it. Some things are worth preserving in this world. Make of that what you will.
This is totally crazy, but still better than dying. Alright, let's do this.
A wise decision. I shall wait here then while you go and speak with Alistair. I urge you to be convincing. 'Twould seem your talk is done.
Great. So this isn't a dream after all.
What is it to be then? Has a decision been reached?
Wait. I want to ask about this child. The one you... want.
Interesting. Honesty wouldn't have been my first choice.
I just want to be sure that you're not going to use this... against Ferelden. That this bastard child of mine isn't going to show up some year.
Of that, you have my word.
Oh, why don't I feel any better about this? All right. Let's just get this over with.
Let us go somewhere more private, Alistair, and believe me when I say you will not hate this quite so much as you believe.
Before us stands the might of the darkspawn horde. Gaze upon them now, but fear them not. This woman beside me is a native of Ferelden, risen to the ranks of the Grey Wardens. She is proof that glory is within reach of us all. She has survived despite the odds, and without her none of us would be here. Today, we save Denerim. Today, we avenge the death of my brother King Kaelan. But most of all, today, we show the Grey Wardens that we remember and honor their sacrifice. For Ferelden, for the Grey Wardens!
managed to fight your way to the gates. We're doing better than I hoped.
What are we to do now, Riordan? You have a plan, I assume?
The army will not last long, so we need to move quickly to reach the archdemon. I suggest taking Alistair and no more than 2 others with you into the city. Anyone you don't bring with you can remain here to prevent more darkspawn from entering Denerim on our tails. We're going to need to reach a high point in the city. I'm thinking the top of Fort Draken might work. There are already several units of our allies within the city by now. They may be able to come to your assistance if you call them, but their strength will be limited. Nothing you have done has prepared you for what you face now. May the Maker watch over you.
Kill those godless bastards!
We're counting on you, Warden!
Make her watch over you! The glory!
It's you! The Maker sure gave you the gift of good timing, didn't he? There's a large group of darkspawn approaching and the gates won't hold. We need your help.
They're breaking through!
Run! All of you! Run for your lives!
Enchantment?
And then, it was over. With the archdemon dead, the darkspawn horde quickly crumbled. Most fled back into the deep roads. They would remain a threat in the years to come, but the Blight had been ended before it had truly begun. Ferelden had been saved, and the entire kingdom rose up to joyously greet its new king. Grey Wardens stood redeemed, and a new age had begun. But at what cost?
My friends, we are gathered to celebrate those responsible for our victory. Of those who stood against the darkspawn siege of Denerim, there is one in particular who deserves commendation. The one who led the final charge against the archdemon remains with us still. An inspiration to all she saved that day. Ladies and gentlemen, may I formally present my betrothed, who will soon be your queen. My friend, it is hard to imagine how you could have aided Ferelden more. I think it only appropriate that I return the favor. As a reward, and as an engagement present, I offer you a boon of your choice.
I promised my father to bring the House to justice.
The House are hereby stripped of their titles and fortune, and will be investigated as to their involvement in the Haeva attack. Haeva itself is of course restored to your family. Namely your brother Fergus, since he was found safe and sound near the Korkari Wilds. Let it also be known that the Arling of Amaranthine, once the land of Arl Howe, is now granted to the Grey Wardens. There they can rebuild, following the example of those who went before them. So what are your plans? I assume with the wedding you will be remaining in Ferelden.
Of course, we have enough to do here, you and I.
Well, I didn't want to come right out and say it, but I'm relieved you'll be nearby. There's a group of Ferelden citizens waiting outside to get a look at their hero. I suggest you make at least a brief appearance before they storm the gate. Just tell the guard at the door when you're ready.
When I heard that my little sister was not only a Grey Warden, but also leading Ferelden into battle, I was surprised, to put it mildly. Father, he would have been so proud of you. I know I am. You've done good.
I am sorry about Orin and Oriana.
Yes, I'm trying not to think too much about them. Hal was a greedy, traitorous bastard. I just wish I'd been there to help you kill him. At least Amaranthine now belongs to the Grey Wardens. There's some justice in that, I think. I need to go back to High Ever. See if I can clean up the mess Hal made of it. I will see you soon, I hope.
It's good that you're staying here in the capital. The hero of Ferelden will have influence, and there is much to be done. Myself, I will be remaining here to help Alistair. Tegan will take over the rule of Redcliffe, at least for the time being. Connor seems well enough, and Isolde refuses to speak of what happened. She says she never wants to go back. I cannot thank you enough for saving them. They are the joy of my existence.
So here we are. The conquering heroine has won the day, and now she takes her bow and exits the stage. A fine ending.
I couldn't have done it without you, Lillian.
And my part was small. I'm happy to watch you receive the accolades. It's quite fun. You know, I can't help now but think of my vision. The Maker sent me to help you, and look what you did. It's a miracle. It truly is. I've been asked by the Chantry to return to the Urn of Sacred Ashes. I need to make sure it's protected. Maybe pilgrims can even begin going there again.
Sounds like you could use help there.
Oh no, you have your own things to keep you busy, I'm sure. It will be a grand adventure of my very own. I'm looking forward to it. At any rate, you should get back to the celebration. We can speak another time.
The hero of Ferelden. My. How does it feel?
They could have brought up a better name.
Alistair's idea, I understand. Which should explain much. But it's not so bad, is it? A Blight defeated with the other nations barely becoming aware. Who could ask for better?
I didn't do it on my own.
I don't think many heroes ever do. I'm glad not to be on the receiving end of all this attention myself. I say, let the young have their fame. Not that I've gone without notice. Irving asked me to take over as first enchanter, but I don't wish to go back. Not after all this. Instead, I've decided to accept a position here at court. There's not been a mage advising the throne for a very long time. I understand you are remaining in Denerim, so we will likely see each other a great deal. I look forward to it. For now, I imagine the hero of Ferelden still has much to do. Good luck.
Are you ready, my lady? The crowds outside are getting restless.
All right, let's do this.
Right. I'll take you there now. Follow me.